Hey guys, I'm just gonna be real with you today. Really real. So, homeschool moms, educators, those of us out there really, struggling to make it happen at home. You're working, you've got side hustles going on, and you're trying to teach your children. And your partner doesn't always believe the same things that you're teaching, or maybe you don't, or maybe you have created independent thinkers, which is what you want in your children, and they don't believe some of the stuff that you're teaching, or they know you don't believe it. So, for instance, let's talk about Bigfoot. Let's talk about some of the animals out there, or certain things in society that maybe they know you don't believe, or they question it. Well, I always tell them, state the facts. How do you know that's not true? Get them thinking. Have them support and analyze their own answers. How can they defend what they believe? Get them to have these conversations with you. And what I really love is, while I'm teaching, if my husband does not agree with something, I always say, well, we always have to learn what everybody else believes. It doesn't mean that you have to believe that, but you need to learn it so that you can function in society and have a relevant argument for what people actually believe that maybe you don't believe. And also, what helps? I'm going to be honest. This helps. Lavender. I love eucalyptus and lemon, diffusing that. In my little homeschool classroom area, it gets them thinking, and I often need the balance grounding, especially with those hard conversations and getting my little ones to debate me and really talk about things, especially when your spouse is like, that's not true. Well, let's talk about why that's not true. Let's look up, is that true? Is that not true? Let's look at some of the research and define your own reality on this and figure out what works for you. Is that really true? Or is it something somebody's told you and wants you to believe? Maybe they have another agenda. I don't know. So, I mean, my children we have like all these encyclopedia books about Bigfoot, about different things in history, mysteries, and things like that, so that we love to delve into that kind of stuff. I let them pick the books, and then we talk about, how did that come to be? How did the pyramids get here? How did they do that back in the days when they didn't have all of that stuff? Well, we have our opinions, but we don't like to impose our opinions on our little ones. We like to let them figure things out on their own and really be, independent thinkers that will create leaders of tomorrow. So that's my 2 cents. I mean, let them figure out things and don't just give them the answer. Debate things back and forth. And when you're teaching something because they need to learn certain things in society that maybe you don't believe, and your children know that and they buck you on that, what I do is I always tell them, we have to learn these things. Let's master this. And then we can talk about why you don't believe that or why you think differently. There's so many different things when you're homeschooling. You can go into depth with concepts. Message me if you have any questions, specific questions. I can go into more detail. I would love to hear about them. I know that we're very holistic minded in our house, and that's definitely changed over the years as we've went down the road of what's really good for us and how we can change not only our diets, but the way that everything we eat, the things that we wear. I mean, how it affects your mood, how it affects the frequency of everything. It's just really amazing. And I would like to know what you guys have learned as well. So tell me some things that work for you. I can tell you what works for us. And my children really love, well, I have boys, but they really love delving into the mysteries of things. And if you just give them an answer, they're not really happy with that. They like to figure things out on their own. So things, especially when we're talking about things in nature and, all the different caste systems throughout society, and they were asking me about feudalism. What is feudalism? Where did that come from? I love to let them figure that out and talk about why did they do that back then? Was that something that we have now? Why don't we have that now? So really asking those questions, pretending like, when I was in the classroom, this really worked. Pretending like you don't know. So when you pretend like you don't know and then you open up this whole conversation, but really, you're guiding them in the direction of what you want them to figure out. That's not easy, but they get so much more out of it. And I hope that this has helped you, because I love teaching this way, and I love that I have the opportunity to do that with my little ones and just sit down with them and question things, literally. It takes a lot of time sometimes to question everything, but I mean, you don't have to question everything, but there are certain things that they're very inquisitive about, and you can go into detail and really like break down each aspect. Why is that? Why do you think that? Why are we told this? Well, why do some people believe in Bigfoot and some people don't? I'm getting there, y'all. I really am. Have a great day. Thank you for listening.